how he might have got it. "You just look here, Mr. Hodgson. You're a nice man, so I'm going to give you one more chance." The sneer in his voice made his meaning clear. He pulled a crumpled piece of paper from his trouser pocket and stuffed it into the inside pocket of Hodgson's jacket, then patted him on the chest in mock reassurance. "Right, Mr. Hodgson, you just fix it for this little lot, and there's £1 in it for you for each one. Mind you do it right, though. If you don't, I'll shop you, or worse. Now, you won't forget, will you?" Hodgson hurried to give his assurance, relieved that the ordeal was over. Before the words were out of his mouth, he felt the first blow to his stomach, then a second full in his face, a third to the side of his head, and another to his stomach. After that, he lost count. He became aware of a boot nudging his left leg. "Been celebrating, have we, sir?" He didn't know where he was or what time it was. His eyes stung as he strained them open. 2 figures stood above him, silhouetted against the lightening sky. He couldn't see their faces, and took them at first for soldiers, or perhaps a Home Guard patrol, from the outline of their headgear. One of the men squatted down beside him, and now, through a blur, Hodgson could make out the word "police" stencilled in white on the front of his steel helmet. "I think you'd better come along with us, so we can get you tidied up before your missus sees you," said the policeman. Hodgson closed his eyes. He felt their grip on his arms, one either side, as they got him standing. Every part of his body ached. He struggled to focus his mind and glanced down at his cheap black suit, crumpled and filthy. How was he going to persuade them he was a respectable civil servant when he must look like a common midnight brawler? Even worse, how was he going to explain all this to Anne? He had to think of something. He had to find some way to stop that maniac destroying his life. Chapter 1. There were times when Jago wished he wasn't a policeman. Right now he'd like to go out, cross the street, and rip the thing off the wall. It had been stuck up there for so long he reckoned most people probably ignored it, but it still made him feel angry. Everything about it was pompous and patronising, he thought, like the government that had put it there. He tried not to think about it. That wasn't why he'd come here. Apart from the view across West Ham Lane to that confounded poster, Rita's Cafe was an oasis, a sanctuary of friendly welcome and good home cooking. Today, like time without number in the past, he'd come here for respite from the job, from crime, from the world. He saw Rita approaching, cloth in hand and pencil behind her ear as usual. She wore her years well, he thought, a woman of a certain age, as the French put it. In other words, 40ish, like himself, but already widowed for 22 years, and with a daughter of 23. In her floral patterned apron and with her headscarf tied in a turban, she treated her customers as though they'd just popped round to her house for a cup of tea in the kitchen. "Afternoon, Mr. Jago," she said. "Enjoying the view?" "No," he said. "Can't you get the council to take that poster down? It annoys me." She peered out of the window. The brown paper tape that crisscrossed the glass had been up for a year now and was beginning to peel away at the corners. She rubbed off a small smear with her cloth. "I'm sorry about the state of these windows. I'll have to put some new tape up, I think. Although, why we bother, I don't know. A year at war and we've never had a single bomb down this street. But what's wrong with the poster, dear? You mean that red one on the wall over there? It's in a bit of a state, isn't it?" "Yes, but unfortunately you can still just about make out what it says. Look." Rita read the words slowly. "Your courage, your cheerfulness, your resolution will bring us victory." "What's wrong with that, then?" "Everything, I'd say. What idiot thinks you can win a war by being cheerful? They should try spending a few weeks in a trench up to their knees in mud, blood and rats, like your Walter and I did. Then we'd see how cheerful they were. And look, every time it says your, they put a line under it. They might as well put one under us, too, and make it absolutely clear. We're the rulers and you're the ruled. It's a wonder one of those communists from the docks hasn't crept out in the night with a pot of paint and done it for them. What do these Whitehall pen-pushers use for brains?" "Not your favourite poster, then, Mr. Jago? Honestly, I'm surprised at you, coming out with things like that, and you a servant to the Crown. If people hear you talking like that, you'll have to arrest yourself." "Don't worry, Rita.